Alright everybody, Mr. Saltzman here, and today we are going to be talking about some basics of what is called trigonometry. So, here we go. Alright, the first image that you have here is a triangle, and it's not just any kind of triangle. It's actually a right triangle, as you can tell by the lower right-hand corner. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, right here, you'll notice that there's a symbol that you may not be familiar with. This symbol is called theta. It's actually a Greek letter, and we usually use it to represent angles in triangles or anywhere else that you might see them. So that's going to be an important thing to keep in mind. And what I've done here on this triangle is I've labeled the triangle according to the names that we give the sides. Now one of them you're probably already familiar with from Pythagorean theorem. If you take the right angle and you go across the triangle from it, over here, we have a side called the hypotenuse. It's a word that you've seen before, Hypotenuse, and that one you're familiar with already. But two new side names that you need to know about are on this page as well. If you start at the angle that we have labeled as theta, and you go across the triangle from that one to a side on the other side of the triangle, that side is called the opposite side, since it's opposite or across from the angle that's already there. What that leaves then is this side that's right next to the angle. That's not the hypotenuse. This one down here, that one is called the adjacent side. Adjacent is basically another name for next to. So that one's adjacent. Now, if we look at this triangle over here, let's make this the right angle. We can label the sides like we did over here. Again, the hypotenuse is across the triangle from the right angle. So this is our hypotenuse over there. If we start at the angle and we go across the triangle from the angle, we're going to this side, which makes this the opposite side, leaving this one over here to be the adjacent side. So, what you're going to want to do is, when we're going forward in this, you're going to want to keep in mind these side names, because what we're about to talk about uses those side names to help us figure out what exactly we need to do for the problems that are at hand. Alright, so trigonometry is going to use these three ideas for the most part, the ones that are over here on the sheet. The idea of sine, cosine, and tangent. What these three are is they are ratios that are comparing sides of our right triangle. It's gonna be a comparison between two sides for any given one of them. So, for example, sine is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So what that means is, to calculate sine, you're going to take whatever the length of the opposite side of the triangle is and divide it by the length of the hypotenuse, and that's going to give you your value for sine and that angle. Cosine is a similar idea for an adjacent side over a hypotenuse, and tangent is the similar idea for an opposite side over an adjacent. Oftentimes we'll abbreviate this process by saying so, ka, toa. You'll notice that for sine, the O and the H come from opposite over hypotenuse. Same with ka and toa. So, that's how we usually refer to them, so, ka, toa. It's just a shortcut, and it's really nice to use that. It helps shorten things up a bit.